engaging webinar that
This
could
meeting is being recorded.
boost your agency or your organization image and help in providing services reaching to the wider audiences using technology. So before I introduce our speaker today, we have a quick question for you all. So I'm gonna, okay. I believe you all can see a question on your website. So let us know. I don't know how many of you have the website. Awesome. So we exactly have half, the 50% of the people on this call have the website and 50% do not. So here we have our speaker, Frank, who would help you all, who would help us all in, making your website more amazing from what you have. And if you do not have one, and Frank is going to help us in launching and help us in building a website. So before, again, some general webinar expectations from you all, which you already know. Please post your name and agency to know if your friends are here. And if you have any questions during the presentation, please post them in the chat box and we will have a Q&A session at the end. And for some reason, if you have some technical difficulties, please feel free to reach out to me or Peyton, and then we're gonna post our email addresses in a second in the box. So without further delay, let's welcome our speaker, Frank. Welcome, Frank, and the floor is yours.
Hey, how are you? Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. My name is Frank Condon, and I am a consultant with National RTAP. I've been working on this project with National RTAP since, I think, 2008. So if you haven't used National RTAP's website and the various products that they offer, I would encourage you to go to their website, nationalrtap.org. And before I go too far, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. So if you go to their website and look around under resources, you'll see all kinds of resources. Everything that we offer at National RTAP is free to you folks. So please use it, call us. We'll help you in any way that we can. I'm a little biased, but I think it has great resources. And you can see my screen okay? You guys, you can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. All right, well, let's get going. Today I'm going to talk about one of the products that we offer to transit agencies across the country, and that is Website Builder. So in order to have a website, you need a couple of things. One is you need a domain name like www.youragency.org. And that is the only cost to you is to register that domain name. And that can run anywhere from roughly $8 a year to say $20 a year, depending on the domain name that you select. And there are all kinds of providers out there that you can purchase them from. A lot of agencies use, well, not just agencies, but clients that we work with, they use like Google domains. So you just go to Google, search Google domains, and you can then look for a domain name and purchase it. So once you do that, then the second part of this is to design and build a website. And that is what we do with the Website Builder. It is a tool that will help you design and build a website. And the other part, that tool is free to you. The other part of a website is hosting it. And National RTAP pays that hosting fee. So there's no cost for a monthly fee to you for hosting. The other part with a website is having support, somebody behind in the background that can help you guys get your site up and running and keep it maintained. And that's something that we also offer as a free service to you folks. So just a little bit of background, and I won't read every slide because I want to get into the product itself. But National RTAP is Technical Assistance Center funded by FTA through Section 5311 since 1987. So again, we offer free training materials and technical assistance. And the main office is in Massachusetts and DC. And we have a review board that really looks at everything that we do and gives us suggestions, and they represent the different rural and tribal transit agencies. Some of the products, we have a bunch of technical assistance, information training toolkits, and technology tools. And again, you can find all of that stuff on nationalrtap.org. When you go to our website, hover over resources, and you'll see it's broken up into 4 different categories. And I would highly recommend that you go through and just check things out. There's a live chat at the top of the website that you can click, and you can talk to one of our happy staff. We'll help you in any way that we can. So what is Website Builder? It's a cloud-based content management system. Cloud-based means there's nothing for you to download on any of your computers. So if you access Facebook, that's a cloud-based software. So from any computer, tablet, or phone, you should be able to get to your website and make edits. Website Builder, some of the core features, there's so many features involved. It is not a product that we've developed in-house. It's a third-party tool that we contract with. So it's their responsibility to add the features and keep it up and running and give us the best product. And this product, we've done a lot of research and built a lot of websites over the years. It's a very solid product. There's probably 20 million websites worldwide that sit on this platform. So with Website Builder, what we've done is we've white labeled it for National RTAP. And we've also created specific templates that I'll show you in just a moment that are transit related. They're very flexible. You can change anything on those templates. You can even start from a blank design. If you had a design from a designer or another website that you really like, you can make the site look like that. We have pre-designed sections that help you build out a page, and we'll show you that. And out of the box, it's 508 and ADA compliant, but you still have to do some of the basic things when adding stuff to a page, content to a page. You have to, like an image, you have to put the alt tag so that the screen reader knows what that image looks like. But this is a very friendly and ADA compliant platform. So the hosting is on Amazon, which the hosting for these websites are all over the world. So if one server farm goes down, the site is backed up somewhere else. And that's just to tell you that this is not being run out of the basement of or out of a closet. And SSL, a free SSL. So a lot of site builders charge you for that. This one does not. It's part of our contract with them. You can, the standard privacy pages, Google page speed, global CDN. I know a lot of the stuff is, you know, blah, blah, blah. But if you understand the technology, this would make sense to you. The Website Builder, some of the core features that are inside it, drag and drop. You can take an image and move it anywhere on a page. You don't have to know code to do this stuff. It's no code. But if you do know code and you want to write code, you can do that as well. But you do not need to build a beautiful website. It's connected directly to Google My Business. You have photos and form galleries, videos, trip planner. We've built some custom, we call them widgets. They're like little plugins that live on your website that are very specific to transit. You'll see those inside of your website as well. You can have forms. You can have many different forms. So you can have just a contact us form, or you can build a job application form that people can see it and fill it out. The site can be in 55 plus different languages. It's SEO, search engine optimization friendly. You can get weekly and monthly stats. You can also hook it up to Google Analytics. There's mapping, there's payment gateway connection. You can connect to Vimeo, YouTube. If you have mailing list and MailChimp constant contact, you can use that. And then National RTAP, some of you may be familiar that we do a national photo contest, and agencies from around the country submit photos. And we take some of the best photos and we put them in a library so that you can use them on your website if you choose to. So what are templates? So template is just a starting point. It's a design of a website that gives you an overall look and feel of what your website could look like. And it's really just to help you launch the site much sooner. But again, it's just a starting point. You can change everything about that template if you choose. So we have several templates and we'll take a look at them in a minute. But again, you can just, and there's also association type templates, there's role templates. And when you, in a second, when we look at a live template, you'll see that you can see what that template would look like on a computer, a tablet, and a mobile phone. So the sites are all responsive. How do I get started? Before I dig into the getting started process and then go into a website and start editing, are there any questions at this time?
Hey, Frank, we have one question right now.
Yeah.
And, I'll just go ahead and, read that. So we are a 5310 provider. Do you have to be a 5311 to participate?
What was the first part of that question?
The agency is a 5310 provider. So should they be a 5311 agency to participate?
No, I don't think we've ever turned anybody down. So I would feel comfortable saying, let's get a website for them. Okay. All right. So where do you start? You go to nationalrtap.org and you hover over resources. And under the technology tools, you click on website builder. You can go through and read all of this stuff about the website builder. But really what you want to do is click on create my website. And when you do that, it's going to take you to this page where you see the templates that we spoke about. And again, these templates are just the starting point. You can pick, it doesn't matter which one you pick, you can change it completely. Colors, the way the navigation looks from top to left side, it doesn't really matter. But if something really just kind of piques your interest, you hover over and click on preview. And when you do that, it will take you to this page where it lays out the different views. So you have desktop view, tablet view, and a mobile view. And at the very top, if you want to just see the desktop view, then you click on the little desktop icon and you're looking at a sample website and you can click through. And this is a site that you would get just like this. Again, you can change the colors, you can delete pages, you can go in and change the content on these pages to fit your agency. And we obviously hope you do that. But it really is just to get you started. Next, we'll scroll over and you can click on the little tablet and you can see this is what it would look like on a tablet view. And then if we click on mobile, it'll show you what it would look like on a mobile view. And you can turn it sideways. You can see what it would look like on the Android versus the iPhone. The other thing up here, let me go back to the desktop and I'll show you something. One of the widgets inside of every website is the ability to create alerts or pop-ups. And you'll see that we just had the service closed April 2, 2019 just pop up. Again, that's obviously updated because this is a demo site. If you had drivers wanted, and you can create a pop-up for that, and you'll see that we've created this little form that pops up. And you can set these pop-ups, these alerts, based on the first time the user comes to the website or a specific zip code, or a certain amount of time that they've been on the site. After they've been on for 20 seconds, we can have a pop-up. All of that functionality is built in. It's built into every website. So this little option up here when you're in preview, no matter which site template you look at, make sure you go through and just select those. And again, we pre-built them for you just to make things easier. So if this is the template that I like, I'm just going to click Start Building. Put in your organization, the email of the administrator, your name, and phone number, and click Submit. And once you do that, that site will be built. It takes probably 10 to 15 seconds, maybe 20 the most. Now you're in the website builder editor. Before I get into the editor, is there any questions about how to sign up, where you go to sign up, previewing a template, or questions about a template?
Frank, I've got a quick one.
Yes.
When you said administrator's email and my name, is my name going to pop on the bottom of the website then?
No, you can go ahead and change that. So we have to, that's a great question. It's just the administrator of the website, the person that can log in and start making changes. You can add additional administrators. You can also remove administrators from the website. You can have people on your organization just manage a single page or even just sections of a page. There's all kinds of permission levels. This is just the information we need to set up the site.
Thank you.
Great question. Okay, we're now in the website builder, and this is what it would look like to you, the person who created the site. And I'm going to start at the very top right. If you clicked on this, it would take you back out to, and you could have, we have agencies that have more than one website. You can have as many websites as you want for your agency. Some run a senior center and a transportation, so they want two websites. It doesn't matter to us. You can, if you had 2, 3, 4, 5 websites, they would show up here. In this case, we're just going to go to this one. So that's because I clicked on that home button. And when you log in each time, it will take you back out to this site, this main area. And you'll see that there's some editing options, and you can play around with it once you get into the site. You can rename it, duplicate it, save as, some different functions. So we're going to click on the edit icon. So when you log in, you'll get an email once you sign up. We'll tell you this is how you get to your website. But if you go to webbuilder.nationalarcap.org, you'll see I've highlighted that URL from any computer, and then you log in with your username and password. It will take you back to that home screen where you can then edit the website. So that's on the far right. We have a help section. If you click on the help section, if you're looking to do anything on the website, how to build pages or upload images, the Help Center gives you all of that information, takes you through step by step. But again, we have a support team that runs Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time. You can live chat, you can email us. We will help you with any aspect of this at all. Publish. When you're ready to go live with your website, you'll publish it. When you make changes to a page and you want to publish it to the web, all of your new changes, you click the publish. And don't worry, there's a place where you can pull it back. But publish is what you would do to push the changes to the world. Preview. Right now we're in an editor mode, and you'll see when I hover my mouse, you'll see all of these little buttons and things that you can do. Preview turns all of that off when you click on it, so that you can see what the website would look like to your end user. This navigation bar at the top is not what your user would see. It is what you see, but everything else, you'll see all the editing capabilities have gone. So it's nice and clean and easy to move around. And again, if you're happy with it, then you would publish it. But while in editor mode, in preview mode, you can see what your site looks like on the tablet, on the phone, mobile device. Again, you can, same thing we did before when we were looking at the templates. So that is in your preview mode. So I'm going to click on the desktop, and I'll go back to editing. And And you can undo and redo changes that you've made. So if you made it, you did something to the site and you're like, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have done that. You can undo it. There's this little function right here. You'll see on the right-hand side, a window will slide open. This is how you can communicate with our support team. This is one of the ways, right from your website. So let's say that you needed help replacing this big image in the background and you don't remember how to do it. Well, you could go to the help section and learn, or you can click this little icon that says add a comment. Scroll your mouse over to the area that you want to change and click and say, please help me swap this out. And then you can upload right here the new image. And once you click on submit, the support desk gets notified. We can come in and look at your comment, swap the image out, and then we'll mark it resolved. We don't have to email you. You don't have to email us. We just mark it resolved and you'll get notified that it's been fixed. That's simple. You can leave as many comments as you want on the site. We'll come in and help you edit and fix them. So moving across the top, the info tool, you can go to, if you want to share this website before you publish it, you have a link that you can share to your team. And from any browser, they can open it up and they can see the website. They can't edit it, but they can see what it looks like. And you can give them just a desktop link or the mobile link or all devices. We typically just give them the desktop link. And you make sure you tell them check from their desktop. And then stats. So once you publish your website, you can now start seeing traffic stats. How many people come to your website, what they're clicking on. You can take these stats and you can email them to yourself or anybody else on your team. You can email them weekly or monthly. You can add additional people to your website so that they can make edits. And here's where you can add multiple languages to the site, which would create a little button up here or drop down where they can choose the different languages. You can search the editor. So if you're looking for some text that you put on a page and you don't remember what page you put it on, just use the search and it will take you to that page. Moving across, you'll see that we have mobile, tablet, and desktop view. You can switch at any time you want. And then the drop down, these are all the different pages that are on the website. So if I want to go make some edits to the bus fares, I'm going to just click on that page. And in the editor, we'll load that page. And we'll get into this in just a minute. But now you can come to this page and you can change any part of this page that you'd like. This is how you move around from page to page. You can also click on your navigation and it will take you to the page as well. So there's a couple ways to move around to the different pages to make the edits you need to make. Any questions about the top part of the editor before I move down to the left side? Okay. Along the left, you have design. So this is where if you click on design, you'll see all the different things you can change about your website. So let's click on global text. You'll notice if we scroll around down on the left side, this may make sense to some of you and not to others, but these are the different size fonts that you can set throughout the entire website. So instead of all of the H1 text, this is the name of it, you can change the font right from here. So we want to make it Arial, and it will change it everywhere on the website that has the H1 tag. So let me just show you a quick example. I'm going to go to my widgets, and a widget is what holds pictures, text, video, forms, maps. It's what holds the content on your page. So if I want to add text to the page, I just type in text and it'll say, oh, here are all the different text blocks you can add to a page. I'm going to grab this H1 text block and I want it to go right here. And this is drag and drop. Now I'm going to say, hello team. We see that's pretty big. And let's imagine that on every page I have some H1 text throughout the site, and it's too big. So instead of going through every page and changing it, if you guys take a look at Hello Team and see what happens, if I change it to something bigger, you'll see it changes over here. And maybe I want to change it to, I'll just pick this color here. You'll see that it's changed it here and anywhere else on the website that has the H1 example. So what you'll do in the design is you'll go through the global text and you'll set the text to whatever your agency likes. Let's say it's Arial, and you go down through all of the H1s, H2s, set all of the text. And again, our team will help you with this. But I just want to show you that it's pretty easy to set it up and to make changes in the future. So again, on design, you have global text, you have buttons. So if you want to add a button to any page, you can have a button that is consistent throughout the site. So let's say I want to use this one. I will select it here, and I'm going to set the font. Maybe I'm going to use Arial again. You go down through and set all the colors and the hover and all of that other stuff. So now, anytime you go to widgets, and I want to add a button, let's drag it and drop it right here on the page. There's my button, and I can say, click here. Now, just because I have a global style button does not mean that every button has to look the same. But if majority of my buttons are going to look the same, then I want to set it up here in the global buttons. So now if I came in and I wanted to change every button on the site, maybe we had a big marketing color change here, I'll change it to yellow. Now, any button that I've using as the default will change here. So again, that's under design. Global images, rows, site background, and site layout. Again, these are site-wide changes that you can make. So you can see we can change. Let's say I don't like the navigation at the top. It was in the template, but I don't really like it. I can switch it to the sidebar one. And it will load it over here, and all my content now is on the right. Again, that's done in design. And then once I'm happy with it, I just publish it, and I'm done. Go back to layout, and I'll switch it back. Pretty simple. So again, those are just some of the design options that you have. Pages, this is where we go to add new pages. So here are all the pages that this template started with, but maybe, let me click on Contact Us. Maybe I don't like this page. I don't like the layout of this page. I'm going to go ahead and delete this page from my template. Again, if I delete it and I didn't want to delete it, I made a mistake, I can undo it. Or I can simply come here and go to add a new page. And we have templates for different page styles. So let's say that I like, well, I'll click on this Contact Us page. I'm going to name it Contact. And I'm going to add the page. So you'll see the page now has been added, and we've got some generic text and pictures. I can go in and swap all that stuff out to brand it for myself. I can also, you'll see that Contact is at the end of my navigation. I could just hold my mouse down over it, and I'm going to drag it and drop it underneath About Us. It's a child page now. So now when I go to preview mode, there's my Contact Us page. So what I just wanted to show you in Pages, it's simple to add pages and move them around in the navigation. We're going to spend a little bit more time on a page after going through, done the left menu. And I'll show you how to add images and some other cool stuff we can do. So that's Pages. Again, widgets are they're like apps, like on your phone. They're apps that live on a page. So if I wanted to add a map to my contact us page, we already have one here, but let me just get rid of that. I'm going to grab the map widget, hold my left mouse button down, and I'm going to drag it on the page, and I want it right here. That widget now wants to know what's the address that we can zoom in on. Well, we'll just leave that one in there. And we can change the Find Us button. I'll say, so I've added a widget that's specifically designed for mapping. And if you click on that map widget, it'll pop up and it will show you the different things you can do or change within that widget itself. So you'll see there's a content section and a design section. So if I go to design for this specific widget, I may not like the current look, but I can swap out to some predefined designs. I just simply click a button and it will change the look and feel of it. Again, that's just one widget of several that we have, dozens that we have. But a widget, again, is something that you would drop onto a page. And then you set that widget up to hold content. Now we'll go to the content folder. And then we're going to click on business information. I'm going to click got it here. And this is where you put your organization's information. This information gets pulled into Google when people are searching for your organization. So you want to make sure that it's accurate, and you be sure to fill out all of this information. If you have Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, you would go in and click on that little icon and put your Twitter handle in. And same thing with Instagram, and fill all of this out. All of this information can be used anywhere on the website. And I'm going to show you a quick example of that. So let's say this is my phone number. And in the footer of the website, I want to add my phone number. So I'm going to go to the bottom of the website. And I'm going to add a widget. It's just a text widget. And I'm going to add it in the very bottom of the footer. And it's going to be my phone number. So I can now pull from that database that I just showed you the phone number and click save. So now the phone number will be in the footer of the website. Fast forward, we have a phone number change in our organization. If I go to the business info and I edit this phone number, it will update anywhere on the website that we've used and connected this phone number to, will update throughout the entire website. It's called connected data. You don't have to worry about business text. You wouldn't need that for this. This is where you store all of your images for the site throughout the site. So it's your library. Collections is a very advanced feature, but let's say that you have different stops that you make and you wanted to create a page, a web page for each stop. Say there's 50 stops total. Instead of creating 50 different pages, we can create a Google Sheet or a tool called Airtable, which are both free, that you simply fill out the Google Sheet or the Airtable, and it will automatically build that page and populate it with all the information. Again, that's a very advanced feature, but we can help you with that. As we get to know what you're trying to do with your website, we'll just kind of point you in the right direction. And so we have find and replace. So if you said, hey, this is my existing address, but here's my new address, put the new one in and replace all, it will go through the website and look for that content and replace it throughout. Same with the phone number or email. Moving down, personalization. This is another advanced tool, but this is those alerts that I showed you in the template that pop up. So if we look at an alert, you can see that there are different things you can set for these alerts. The date to start an end? Is it all day? What time zones do you want it to show? What are the triggers? Like when will this alert pop up based on if they're on a mobile? So imagine they're waiting at the bus stop and they go to your website. We can have an alert pop up for them by location, by time of the day. So maybe we want this alert to show up between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. You can set the time, or how many times they visit the site. If it's the third time, then we show them this pop-up. And you can tie it into campaigns, or there's no trigger that's just going to show up every time they come. So those are, we call that personalization. Those are the pop-ups, and you can design them to be a form, a picture, a video, just text, whatever you want. There's a lot of functionality and flexibility in that. You probably won't use the e-commerce, but there is a shopping cart that you can integrate into your website. If you want to write blogs, you can write blogs. We have a blog feature built in. Let's go to settings. Well, the App Store has some different third-party tools that you can integrate, embed into your website. It really advanced forms. There is an accessibility widget where a little button shows up on the site, and it's really useful for right here, your accessibility users. You can click on that and read about it, and it's free. Some of these are paid, some of them are free, but they're just widgets or advanced widgets that you can plug into your website. We'll go down to settings. Again, this is something that our team will help you and make sure you go through each one of these and set these up, because they do make a difference on your search engine optimization. But you can go through and set the different icons, and when people save this website to their phone, you want your logo to be saved. When they go to your website, you want your little icon to show up in the top here. Like if you can see in my tab, National RTAP has this little icon that shows up. That's set right here under the favorite icon. When we're ready to launch your site, we do that all from here. This is where you add your SSL, your security certificate. So you manage some of your SEO data. You can integrate your Google Analytics, your redirects, additional site languages here, privacy statement, 404 page. Again, all of the stuff you'd expect in a very advanced website tool is all built in here. Are there any questions about the editor before I go in and start playing around on a website? Okay. And how are we doing for time?
We have about 21 minutes left.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and build a page. I'm going to start from scratch. And let's say that this new page, I'll just create a blank page and we'll call it test. I'm going to add a page. The page has now been added and there's nothing in the body of the page. The header, which is at the top, has my navigation, and you'll see it's added that page test, and the footer is here, but there's nothing in the middle. Now, if you have some design skills or a website that you like that you want to mimic, you can go ahead and create this, we call it a row. You can go ahead and create that from scratch by adding blocks. But for this, I think the best way to do it is to hover over the middle and click add a section. We have created all of these different sections. A section is just a row that has a look to it that you can simply drop into the middle of a page. So we've categorized them on the left-hand side, like intro. This goes at the very top of the web page. You'll see all of these. They don't have your pictures or your text, but it has a design that you could start with and then swap it out. So I like, let's say that I want to do, I'll do this one right here. I'm going to select it and you'll see it's on the right-hand side now, and I'm just going to click save. So I'm building out this test page and I've added this section in. And I want to move this to the top. So I'm going to click row. I'm going to move this row to to the top. And there you go. This is the top of my page. Now I can double click on this widget. It's a text widget. And I can say, hello team. How are you? I have a button here. You see it's yellow. It's because I've defined it in the design thing. And I'm going to say, click to go to Google. And when they click that button, I want them to go to Google. So I'm going to type in the Google address here. Now I can have them go to any other page on my website if I wanted. So let me do that. Let's go to contact us. So click to contact. So I've added a section. Now this picture, I don't like it, but so far I've added some text in my button, and I'm going to just click on preview and see if I click this button, does it really take me to the contact us page? Yes, it does. Okay, great. Let's go back to our test page. I'm just going to click it in the navigation, back to editor. So this image in the back does not represent my organization. So I'm going to click the image, and you're going to see this little widget editor will pop up. And if you just take a few minutes and look down through it, you can kind of get the understanding of how it works. So right now I can see that there's an image here and it's the same image there. I can also just do a color, like a solid background. What would that do? Let's say I just made it gray. And that didn't do anything. So maybe what I need to do is delete this image, and there's my gray. So if I wanted a solid background, I know I've got to remove the image that was in my template, but now I can change it to whatever color I want. Okay, so what if I want to put a video? I've seen some sites where they have a video playing in the background. So let's go to YouTube. And let's do, if you don't have a video, well, let's say you have a video and you upload it to Vimeo or YouTube. I'll just show you how you would get it. So I'm going to just put, see what we have. All right, let's look at this one here. So let's say that this is my video. Not a great one, but we're going to use that video, and I'm going to click share, and I'm going to grab this link, copy it, go back to my editor, paste it in here. And you'll see now that video is playing behind this. I'll go to preview. So now we're starting to build out a page that has a video playing in the background. So if you shot a video on your phone, you don't have to put it on YouTube. You can just come back here. And in the video, you can upload your own video or paste in a link from a different source like YouTube or Vimeo. So that's good. We've got our top going, and now I want to add another section. So if I scroll down, I've got this white section, this block here, this row. I'm going to click add a section. And if I click over here, I've got coming soon category. I'm going to click on that and see what other predefined sections. I don't like any of those. So I go down to features. So let's take this one. Again, none of this content is for me. However, I like the way it's laid out, and I'm not a designer. So I'm just going to choose that. And now I can come in here and say, stops. And then just start changing it. We call this stop one. Some details here. These little icons, I can change them out just by clicking on them. And once you click on them, the icon widget will pop up. You can upload your custom logos if you want, or you can go to the library And let's just type in stop and see if we have anything. There we go. So let's choose this one. And let's go to design because this color is not really matching what I want. So let's choose yellow. You'll see it's changing the hand. And the background of that, maybe we'll do yellow, but I'll adjust it a little bit. Again, you can go through and just play around with these different things, but this is, again, we've added a section. We've added 2 sections now. And when you see this big white box here, well, that's just, I can delete that out, or I'm going to move it down because I'm going to keep, I might want to keep adding to this page. So there you go. So let's go to preview. Again, if you have another site that you like, it's much easier to design your website because you're looking at what they've done. And then when you add a section, you find a section that's closely related to what their site looks like. And then you just drop it onto a page. So again, we've just added I click the add new section button, and I'm going to scroll down. And maybe this is where I want to put this section. And click save. So now we have a new section, and I'm going to move it up because my blank one is still sitting there. I'm going to delete that when I'm ready. You see now we've kind of building this page out. We've got a video in the background, and we've got some text and some more text. And again, if you just want to change something like this picture, you click on it. We can replace this image. We can upload an image from our computer. We can choose from that library I told you about that National Archive has provided for you. And now I can just double click on here and start changing the text to whatever I want. And if I don't have any, like, let's say I don't have the subtext, I just click the X. And I can remove that text. I can move the text up and down on the page. I can move it left to right. So a section is a predefined designed row. That's really all it is. And it's to help you just start building a site. Let's add a form to this page. So I want to add a form above this section I just added. So let's come here. I'm going to go to row. I'm going to add a row above. So I have this row now. I need to add a widget. So I'm going to look for the form widget. So if I just type in form, it says contact form, but it's generic. You can put whatever you want in there for fields. Like all the other widgets, once it's loaded on the page, here's the form. Now I can click on it and the widget editor will pop up. So the form editor, and it came predefined with these fields, name, email, phone, but maybe I want to change it. I'm going to go to first name. Let's say first and last name. It's a text field. It is required. And I can click on the next field, email. I can edit that field, phone. But maybe I want to add an additional field. And this one I want to be a drop down with some options here. So we're going to say, would you like to be rider alerts? Yes. Sign me up. No. You can get the idea. So now we're building out our form. Again, when we go to design, now I can choose how the form looks. So you see it on the right-hand side, but if I click this, maybe I want it to look a little differently. And I can choose different layout options that we've customized for the form builder. And you can add as many fields as you want. You can have them upload images, PDF files, doesn't matter. So again, these are all of the different, this is how you build a form. Now, once the form has been filled out by the website visitor, what do we want to happen to it? Well, we want it to email info@yourorganization.org or wherever. This information can also go directly into a Google Sheet that you set up, MailChimp, Constant Contact. So if you create a rider alert form for people to sign up, once they sign up, if you have Constant Contact in MailChimp, you can dump that information right into a list view inside of one of these tools. So when you need to send out a rider alert, you go to MailChimp, send it out to a specific set of riders, and they'll get your message because they signed up for it on your website. So again, just another widget added to a page. Questions or comments so far?
None in the chat.
Okay. How are we doing on time?
Looks like we have about 8 minutes left.
Okay. Is there anything anybody would like to see? I mean, I've just done a 30,000 foot flyover of the website builder, but is there anything somebody would like to see specifically that I can show them?
Feel free to unmute yourself and maybe ask a question or anything that you want to see, something specific.
I'm sorry, were you asking me?
No, I'm just telling everyone if they have, I mean, they can unmute themselves instead of writing a big question.
Okay. So while waiting, we do have agencies that we've helped set up their GTFS on their website and linked it to Airtable. It's again a more advanced feature that we can help with, but we can do that as well.
Frank, can you talk a little bit, I know it's also an advanced feature, about the e-commerce site and what an agency would need to set up to, for example, sell bus tickets?
Yeah. So the e-commerce platform allows you to create items. So we've got an item is a bus ticket. Maybe it's I'm not really sure how the different use cases, but let's say they can buy a monthly pass for $49. You can set that up as just like you would at Amazon, where they can add to their cart and then they can check out and purchase it. And once they make that purchase, if you have some sort of certificate or, a proof of purchase, the system can email them that so that they can show the driver or however, I'm not sure how that works on your end, but.
Sure, so the payment would actually run through Amazon?
The payment would run through either like PayPal or Stripe or some integrated payment gateway.
Okay.
Now, if you have a special payment gateway, not the standard ones that come in the e-commerce, we can look at it and see if we can integrate it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. This platform is really powerful. I think it will do most anything that any agency needs it to do as far as website technology goes. I've spent the last 15 years on this project, and we've had different products in the past that were good, but they don't really compete with this product. And again, it's everything that I've said to you today, other than registering a domain name, is free. And I'll say this, the agencies that really do well with their website are the ones that ask us for help, because we understand that, you guys are driving the buses, you're cleaning the buses, you're answering phones. You're just very, very busy. If you sign up and then you go to nationalrtap.org and you click chat online, let me click on that and choose the technical support team, that rings one of the people in my organization. It rings their desk. And you just say, hey, I just signed up for a website. I need help. We will set up weekly calls with you, bi-weekly calls, whatever it takes to help you walk through building out that website. We've done enough of them so we know that the things that you need, we'll give you a little bit at a time, some homework, and we'll help you build it out. So again, we're here to help you, and I hope you guys take advantage of this tool. Is there anything else for me?
Okay, if there are no more questions, and we'll wrap it up. And if you have any questions, always feel free to email us or even Frank, if that's okay, if they have any technical questions or anything. And yeah, thank you so much, Frank. We are so glad that we did this webinar with you, and we appreciate your time. And a very big thank you to all the attendees. We hope you enjoyed and learned from this webinar. And if you have any questions later, as said, feel free to email me or Frank anytime. And we did record this webinar for your future reference, and it will be posted on our YouTube channel soon, where you can also find all our past webinar recordings. And until then, see you all next time. And until then, have a great time.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.